to our pick band phase. We're just getting ready to start. We got on blue side we have Montana State, and red side is University of Montana. For players, we have Jet Jaguar on top, as always, captain my captain for the JV team. Then we have Slop, who's our jungler, new and improved jungler here, coming at you. And then we have Maverick this time in mid lane, and Archer and Daze as ADC and then support. So that's going to be a fun little setup we got for JV. From Montana State, we got Olik. I actually don't know how to pronounce that. I don't want to hate on the name. I'm not trying to. I just I can't really pronounce that.
Yeah.
Olik. I'm assuming.
Or Olik. I'm really not entirely sure how to pronounce that. But
the E might be silent, but I actually don't know.
I don't know. I know in German that's how you, if you don't have the O with the dots over it, the umlaut, that's how you spell it. So I'm thinking it might be Olik. Okay. But I'm not sure. We also have Cobalt. Mr.
Oh, it looks like there's a little double dot on the Cobalt.
It's Cobalt. Cobalt. Yeah.
And then Mr. Perfection.
Perfection.
I
think that's Perfection.
I don't know. But anyway, we have Jason Wayne, and Vikingo. Going there. So we're gonna look at our pick bands right now. It looks like we got a lot of mid lane and top lane bands that were going off, and we see first pick Morgana from the University. Oh no, first pick Zach. My bad, and then Morgana Caitlyn from University of Montana, getting that good support ADC right off the bat. It looks like the Zach pick is a jungle pick. Because he's normally a jungler, and then because University of Montana picked their ADC and support, Montana State has gone ahead and done the same. Ezreal's a strong pick against Caitlyn.
And there's the Volibear. I'm hurt.
The bear! We got him with the bear. They didn't even pick Yumi as a support. They didn't even pick a cat.
Come on.
We got to see in their last two picks. Who knows? They could pick... they can't really pick Nidalee. Well, they can to have her in mid lane. So she could be in the mid pick, if they want to go with that. I'm trying to think of other cats. I don't know. You can have, I don't really count Gnar as a cat. Gnar and Rumble. If they're like Yordles. I'd throw up pictures for you, but honestly,
I'm gonna be honest. This is going right over my head, but I still do not see a cat on the cat side, and I gotta say, cats. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
And that's harsh. That's really harsh. So we see the Gangplank and then Talia for bans, and then University of Montana goes ahead and bans Galio. And they get a Darius ban to do more top lane, which I can kind of see why, because Volibear can be top or he can be jungle. He can be kind of strong in either. There's an Alawi pick, so now we know for sure that Volibear is probably jungle, and Alawi's going to be top, because Alawi's a very strong top lane.
Now, tell me a little bit about what is the difference between top, mid, and bottom lanes? There's certain champions who are better in each of them. Why is that?
So in top lane, you have the left, or it's top. Yeah.
It's the top lane. I was
say left, but then on red side it's the right. I don't know. But anyways, you get your top lane. You only have a 1v1. Okay, so you have to be able to support. Whoa! Hang on, I just saw Go Cats Go in chat. I'm sorry, but we can't have that around here. No, I'm just kidding. No, Yumi is the carry. Okay. Oh, she's just on the vessel. Okay, you see, that's... I guess, okay. Okay, I can see it.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll go with it. I'll go with it. So basically, your top lane, you have 1v1. And mostly you sit there and they farm for each other and they kind of go back and forth. That's normally where you have like your heavy brawlers or like tanks because they normally have teleport, which are these summoners.
I see.
Here, okay, I'm pointing at the screen for him to see, by the way. You have teleport, so Alawi and Cassiopeia actually have, and that's actually an interesting pick, Cassiopeia. And we got Yasuo against Cassiopeia mid. Soraka is actually top against Alawi, and Janna is the support. So that's got some ups and downs. So basically, the top lane normally has a lot of global awareness. Is mainly their key thing, especially when it comes to teams. Is they have the teleport, which means they can teleport anywhere on the map as long as you can teleport to a ward or a tower or a minion. Those are like the three things that you can teleport to. And they kind of are able to counter each other tank-wise doing that. Your jungler is in this little picture in the center here. You can kind of see it's got the jungle. You know, your big forest. And basically they roam around and then they assassinate in the lanes, which is called ganking.
Right, okay. And so the jungler tries to get as leveled as possible, get as much damage as they possibly can, and then...
Yeah, so basically the jungler doesn't necessarily... Your jungler is normally not your carry. Okay, that's not going to be your win con for the game. Your jungler is going to be able to do a lot of damage if he's able to get a lot of kills. But for the most part, he's trying to exponentially increase the amount of their laner snowballing on top of somebody else. So you normally want to gank a winning lane because you know that, oh, your laner is fine by itself, so this is going to be a super easy gank, so now I'm going to roll into that lane as well.
I see.
And then they get an assist or even a kill if the laner is good enough, then they can help their jungler start getting more kills.
I see.
And it just kind of snowballs both of them. But the jungler has camps to get himself experience in the center and whatnot. Your mid laner is a 1v1 as well. These are like your sorcerers or your mages. These are your AP normally, which is ability power. Or your magic damage, however you want to say it. And that's why you have like Yasuo and Cassiopeia. Yasuo's a little special because he has a lot of attack damage as well because he's got a sword. He's the one with the wind. And then your bot lane, you have your ADC, which is attack damage carry, and then you have your support.
I see.
Who supports the ADC because the ADC does a lot of damage. They're normally ranged characters. Like Caitlyn, has a sniper rifle, and Ezreal has like his little pulse fire stuff.
Right. But they just don't have the health.
Yeah, they don't have
keep
the
up
health.
With that, and so you have to have a healer on your or support character.
Yeah, you have a support, and there's three main classes of support. There's your pullers, there's your tanks, and then there's the heals. Or that's like kind of what I classify as. So like Janna here. She's kind of like, she's a squishy support, but she has really good heal and really good, like she has a shield ability, a heal ability. She has a knock up with her Q, which she can throw out like a tornado. And she can delay the tornado. And then she also has like a small little damage that just kind of like bounces her eagle. And then Morgana here she's like she can build pretty tanky. She can also do a lot of damage, so she has a lot of diversity of where she can go, what kind of style she can go. And then she also, she has like a good shield, she has a stun, and she can do a lot to too.
But her heal isn't quite as good.
She doesn't have a heal.
Okay.
Yeah, so Morgana cannot heal at all. Janna can heal with her ultimate ability, she does like this burst around her, and it pushes away enemies to the outer ring, like the outer wall of the ring of her heal, and then she sits there and heals all allies within the ring.
I see.
So I've actually, when I used to play Janna, because I used to be a support main, and it would actually, sometimes I'd actually use the ult not necessarily to heal, but to help escape, because it does a big push. So it does a burst and it pushes away. So if I'm being chased down and they're just about to hit me, I'd click the ult button and they'd like be thrown backwards. And then I'd also like get my Q up and ready to knock them up and things like that to try to help escape. Things like that. All right, so we're going to switch over to the game here. to the game.
All right.
Okay. And here we are. Let me get all these buttons down. And we're going to do this, do that, and then do this, and then boom. And we're off.
And we're off.
All right. What a game, what a game. Looks like University of Montana is doing the normal spread across all openings of the jungle, and Montana State is kind of going around to do the exact same thing. They do have their jungler down by blue to start instead of having... and their mid lane is also down in blue instead of having the mid lane and top up near the top, kind of like where we are in camera right now. So this is actually a good play. Cassiopeia is coming up, though. She's staying in mid lane, which is a little interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
And why is that interesting that she's staying in mid lane?
So she already has vision right there because of turrets. And the turret doesn't really, like, your minions, they're just coming. You can see on the mini-map, the minions are just coming up. So basically, she wanted to be, like, in top jungle with her Soraka, or, like, down in bot jungle with somebody else, so they could, one, get vision, or try to potentially, like, have a better advantage when they try to, like, do an invade, which is, like, running into the enemy's jungle kind of thing. And so that's kind of what you're looking out for at the beginning of the game. That's why there are multiple openings on the mini-map. You can see there's 2 openings on the bottom, and then there's 2 openings on the top side jungle. And it's same layout for each side. And those advantage points are where the enemy can, early game, rotate in to try to steal your main 2 buffs. And you can see on the side here, these are our buff timers, and these are all the buffs in the game. Each side has a red and a blue buff, and then there are 2 special ones, which is early on is this one, which is Rift Herald, and then you have your dragon.
Right.
Okay, Rift Herald is going to be up here in top river, and then in bot river you're going to have your dragon, which is right here.
I see.
Yeah, on the mini-map.
And we have a couple of questions in chat as well. Who is the least popular character being played today, and is Zac normally a tank?
Oh, somebody also responded, almost always a tank. He got a lot of crowd control, which helps him stick to the enemies. Yeah, so Zac is normally a tank because he's very hit point based. Every time he gets hit, his passive ability allows a piece of glow.
Ooh, and there's first blood. Sorry to interrupt you, but we did get first blood.
Yeah, go take that. We're bears, dude. Like, we're more aggressive than cats anyway. So, like, no, I mean, I saw it coming. The fact that we got a bot lane
and we're already starting to get onto that turret.
Oh yeah, that's really good. So you can see on the turret, by the way, there's what's called plating, which you can see our lines on the hit point bar of the turrets. So early game, I forget what time the plating disappears, but if early on you take out to get to that next nick down, you get like a little gold bonus for taking out one of the platings.
I see.
So getting that early plating gold is actually really nice because it helps advance your lane because you can get items. Yeah. I like the... let's answer the question. Who's the least popular character being played today? Honestly, I see what 2 Britty says Zac or Volley. I actually really like Volley Bear, but I don't think he gets a lot of competitive... And oh my goodness! Montana State does get a kill on Yasuo. Had to get a gank from Zac, though. So 2v1, like, really? You gonna throw that down there? Wow, just look at that. So you can see Zac, he's to get on the tank subject for that question, you could see that there were globs of blue falling off of him. They're blue because of the skin he was using. But basically, he actually shrinks in size the lower his health is. And then the bigger his health pool, the bigger he is on the screen even. So if you build him tanky and you give him a lot of hit points, then he becomes giant, massive, and then he's actually like it's easier to click on, and so then he's building tank because you're clicking on him more often because he's larger, and so he can actually body block a lot more stuff and things like that. So he definitely builds tank. That's for sure.
I see.
Yeah, it's a blast. Oh, we got a Go Slop Go in chat. Mr. Bear. Yeah. Okay, we see an engage from Montana State.
Fight.
Morgana gets a shield, flashes over the wall. Caitlyn's getting hooked on by Zach, but they aren't quite able to catch up. We'll see if Ezreal is able to dash forward to secure this kill on Archer. Archer's able to dash away, get a flash off. Yeah, and is able to secure and save himself.
Just getting away behind that tower. Good job, Archer.
That was really well done. Really, really well done. Montana State is getting pretty aggressive, though.
UM trying to get a little bit of engagement there, but just barely missing. Jaguar just barely missing.
That ability that he missed, by the way, was kind of, I forget the name of it, but it's basically it pulls like a clone of them, and then he can attack the clone, and if he kills the clone, then it like throws the damage back at her from however far away she is. So there it is, right there. So he can smack this away, and she's taking damage every time he's hitting it.
I see.
And if he takes out the entire thing, then it does more damage.
Got it.
Yeah, and so anybody on, like his team could attack that spirit thing, and she'll take damage from it. And it works like that.
It looks like Jet Jaguar actually has him pretty low up there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good hit on John.
Archer 66 getting Vikingo. Good
what
job.
A kill. Ezreal's going in for the kill.
And there's
Gets
the double.
a double kill. Ooh, Archer 66 popping off down below. Getting the double kill. That was a sweet play. Eat that, cats.
And now up to a almost 2K gold lead. Good job.
Oh, yeah. 3 kills to 1 kill. Pretty early on.
And only 7 minutes in.
Wow, what a game. I was watching something, and there was actually like a Xerath. He was like mid, and it was like 5 minutes in, and the Xerath already had 8 kills, and it was nuts. Okay, it looks like they're rotating around Dragon, getting ready.
Yeah.
Archer 66 is low, but it looks like Ezreal's still bot, and now Soraka, see, she doesn't have teleport, but Soraka's main thing is her ult is global. Her ult is an all-team heal. Engagement from Yasuo from the knockup. And blue team secures Drake. Gosh, that was close, though. That was really close.
And there goes Slop with Jason Wayne.
Slop
and they give chase while University of Montana gives a little bit of room.
Gets a little. So it looks like Montana State does get first Drake, but it was only Mountain, so that's all right. Second Drake is Cloud, so we'll see what happens. But our main thing here, by the way, Jay, is there are 4 different types of dragons. Okay? You have your Mountain Drake, your Cloud Drake, your Ocean Drake, and your Infernal Drake. Okay? And those are the 4 key ones. Okay? They did a new recent, like, beginning of season stuff that the 3rd dragon, every time a dragon dies, the timer here it shows you the next dragon that's gonna pop up. The 3rd Drake that's gonna pop up changes the map, and the map will actually in the jungle specifically will change. Oh, here we go. University of Montana engaging on Cassiopeia, gets a flash. Volibear throws him back, stuns him,
and
Slop gets a kill. Ooh,
2-4.
So Cassiopeia and Yasuo are kind of even. They're going to be pushing in this turret, getting some plating. Nice early on. Zach is still bot lane, so he actually is not able to help push him off. So they are going to get a lot of good damage on that mid turret, which is really nice. Second plating goes there, and Slop is still going. Zach comes in, knocks up the 2 of them, hits on Yasuo. We'll see. Zach ults right
University
there.
Of Montana retreating slightly. Jet Jaguar.
Getting hit. Getting some good damage on Soraka. Ooh, second turret plating going down bot lane there.
They're playing a really aggressive game, and it's really interesting to watch and actually learning quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm able to teach you some of the basics. And some of our viewers out there, if you are just watching because of the people and you aren't quite familiar with the game, always feel free to ask any questions, because other people in chat, like What To Britty, thanks for answering a lot of different questions. People like What To Britty they're gonna answer. We're gonna answer. We're gonna have a great time. Yeah. And thank you again. Tower plating does disappear at 14 minutes in. That's good clarification.
I see.
That's actually what I did. So it's going to go away in a little less than 4 minutes from where we're at right now. Mm-hmm. But that gives you some time to get that turret plating away, which can be very nice if you can get it early. Ooh, Yasuo going to take out that pink ward by placing a pink ward. That's nice. And pink wards, by the way, there are pink and blue wards. Pink wards have 4 hit points, and they last until they're destroyed.
I see. I was just about to ask you what is the difference between these kinds of wards that you're saying.
And if you look on the mini map, you can see that there are 2 different kinds of wards. There's one with this crossed out eyeball, and that's a pink ward. Okay, pink wards can be seen by anyone. You don't need a ward to see a pink ward. But blue wards are these tiny little ones. They look like little tiny totems. Tiny little totems. They're smaller. Those blue wards, you have to have a sweeper lens or a pink ward to see a blue ward.
I see.
But they do not last forever. They have a timer on them, and when they'll disappear. They'll like shrivel away and disappear. So this is Rift Herald. They're going in to try to take it. Cassiopeia and Soraka are kind of going in. Ooh, Zach's coming in. He's probably going to smite it. The smite wasn't enough. So who really got it?
I can't tell.
It didn't show.
I can't tell. It didn't say.
It didn't show on the side. I don't know who picked it up.
Well, Jet Jaguar
Yasuo
goes down.
has it. Yasuo has it. You can see the purple in it. So University of Montana did secure Rift Herald right there. It's whoever gets the last hit, and then you have to actually pick it up.
I see.
But
he's
they are dying.
Chased, and there goes Maverick going down. So what does that mean?
So Rift Herald, when you kill it, it had that little item that you saw drop, like the purple eyeball. And that's the Eye of Herald. The Eye of Herald, anybody can pick it up on whoever's team did the last hit. So we picked it up from Yasuo. Yasuo picked it up. And Maverick can now have, on your item slot, your 4 button is like your trinket. And so your trinket gets replaced by the Eye of Herald. And so basically you can hit your trinket, Eye of Herald, and it will summon Rift Herald. And he'll go to the nearest lane that you are, and he'll run down and he'll just attack like a big minion.
I see.
Well, he does
here comes
a lot
the Cloud Dragon,
damage.
I think.
Yep, here's the Cloud Drake. So blue team is already rotating around, and University of Montana is heading directly to it. They hit the Vision Orb in the jungle. We get a TP from Alawi. Okay, Alawi gets a kill on Soraka. Volleybear gets a kill on the Zac.
Kobo,
they're chasing down Janna here. Yasuo knocks up Janna, getting a kill.
Ooh.
Then Ezreal.
Is this the ace?
Oh, here we go.
Gets the ace?
Gets the knockup. Some damage.
Oh.
Caitlyn ult does not secure the kill with the Caitlyn ult. He's got to be super low. Hang on, I got to click over here. He was
so close.
He was low. He's been healing over time. That was super low. Good times.
And the Grizz pulls back ahead with 8 kills to answer the earlier kill from MSU.
That's huge. And see, there's Herald right there.
And there goes the first turret.
So Yasuo, he put down Herald, and you can see on the minimap the little Herald symbol is going in down bot lane. So basically, normally what you want to do is you want to drop it. Your team pushes a completely different lane, and then like one person stays with Herald, or sometimes like nobody stays with Herald. Because then everybody on the enemy team, like early on, you have to have they have 3 people that went down to contest Herald. So that's 3 people, and then if you have a 5 stack in a different lane, so they put it in bot lane. If they had a 5 stack up in top lane, then they could have been hard pushing, probably taken out top turret, and then Herald finished taking out first turret from bot lane. And so that's a good strat that you can kind of do that way, because you go, okay, he's going to help.
It feels like an extra couple of players on your team for just a little while.
Yeah, and Herald doesn't really attack players. He just goes straight for the objective turrets.
I see.
Yeah, so he'll just run at him.
Jet Jaguar taking a little bit of damage up there in top lane.
Yeah, very interesting. Soraka is a very interesting champion. So you see that heal that happened? I'm not sure if you saw the green heal come back when she hit him with that strike. It was like it's not Starfall, or is it Starfall? It's one of those two. But basically, she heals herself if she hits an enemy champion with that ability. Her heal, she can target an ally and heal somebody. She takes it damages her and then gives them hit points.
I see.
So she takes damage and then gives her ally hit points, and then she has to hit another champion with her ability in order to re-heal herself, because she can't heal herself with their ability, and then her ultimate is just a big all-team heal kind of thing. That was
I see.
A missed spirit pull right there from Malawi. All right, very interesting. We see Yasuo has traded lanes. They did a lane trade with bot lane and mid, which is actually a good play. So once first turret is normally gone, mid laners, like we were talking about before, they're like your mages and whatnot. They normally don't do a lot of turret damage, but your ADC does a lot of turret damage.
Right.
So when you take out that first turret, a lot of times people will switch lanes, mid lane and bot lane. So that way your ADC can now help push out that first turret in mid lane to give that good push assist. And then your mid laner can still do mid lane stuff down in bot lane.
I see.
Hence
why now the mid lane turret has been taken down to half on the Montana State side.
Yes.
Because they've just been able to push that a little bit harder, as you can see there.
And I think that was actually from when Slop ganked right there, and then they stayed for a while.
I see.
Okay, Zach is getting ready to jump in on that because he knows where Volibear is now, so he's kind of trying to rotate around with him. We got a pink ward in the jungle right there, so they can see if Zach is going to rotate through there. Oh, it looks like Zach just took it out, that pink ward.
And those wards, they just allow each player to see a little bit more than they normally would.
So
and it looks like we're going to see a jungle...
Oh.
Is this jungle fight?
Oh, yeah, it's a jungle fight.
And after a brief
Zach's
fight...
able to get out of there with his ult and his jump, which is really nice. And it looks like they're rotating around a second Herald. University of Montana wants to get that second Herald, because that second Herald is going to seriously help push the lanes even farther than what there is. And we see a back from Janna and a back from Zach, because Zach is pretty low, so he has to back. And so, okay, Herald has been engaged, and Montana State is nowhere near Rift Herald to even contest this. Ezreal's mid lane, but everybody had just backed. So this is a free Herald for the University of Montana. This is going to really help push the game. Excellent. I think they might actually want to drop this either in top lane or mid lane. We'll see, though. Because normally you want to look for a time where, you just killed 3 of their players, time to drop Herald.
Right, right.
Because then, it takes them a long time to contest. So you see that right there? That sweeper, that kind of red ring that was going around? That allows you to spot wards and hidden champions. So if you're standing here, which is outside of the bush, if you're standing outside of the bush near mid lane right there, and there's somebody in the bush, you normally can't see them unless they're an ally.
There goes the Rift
If you
Herald.
have sweeper up, if the sweeper hits the area where they're standing, they'll be spotted. They're glow red, and then you'll know, and then they can't gank you anymore.
And blue turret was destroyed by, looks like the Rift Herald. Actually got that. Good job.
Really
and the next dragon has spawned.
Zach gets stunned. All right, we're going to do the little dragon dance.
Yeah.
It is
we
Infernal
might get
Drake.
a team fight here as well.
I didn't even realize that it's Infernal Drake. Okay, jump in. Only one knockup. Yasuo goes in, gets an ult off. Alawi gets an ult off, smacks.
Here goes
Yasuo
Maverick
gets a
slaying
kill.
Vikingo.
Zach gets a kill on Alawi. Soraka gets a kill. Ezreal gets a kill. Cassiopeia gets a kill. And Caitlyn's going to go down here. Probably to Soraka. Oh, Cassiopeia. And then Infernal Drake goes to Montana State. Dang.
Rats.
So now this third Drake, as soon as it gets taken in, the map is going to change to Infernal. Okay, and it's going to be and it's going to erupt. You're going to see. And it's going to hit all over the map. And Infernal opens up a lot of the jungle because it burns down the forest, basically. Which is really cool. I love it. But now every other Drake past the third Drake is Infernal.
Mm.
And once somebody gets four drakes, they get the dragon's soul, which empowers the buffs that they get from all the drakes they've obtained, which is super big. And then there's Elder Drake as the 5th kind of thing. So that's
and there looks like
massive.
Montana State is going for, I think that's the Baron, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So
have I seen enough
Baron.
League? Okay.
So at the 20-minute mark, Rift Herald turns into Baron. If Rift Herald has not been taken, then he disappears and Baron spawns.
I see.
Okay. And you're able to get 2 heralds a game if you do it like as soon as they come up. Because you saw like when they got the second herald, there was only like a minute and a half to 2 minutes left until Baron spawned.
Right.
So they had to take it right then and there. Otherwise, they weren't going to get it. Baron buff is big because as soon as it's killed, anybody on your team who is alive gets the Baron buff. And then you have it until there's a pretty big timer. I forget the timer on the Baron buff, but it goes down over time slowly. But then you lose it if you die. It does. See, like you can see on Volibear the little blue buff right there, and that's from the blue or the red buff. If somebody were to kill him, he gives the blue buff to whoever killed him.
I see.
Baron buff does not work like that. They cannot take Baron buff from you. It just goes away. And Baron buff not only empowers yourself, but it also empowers minions that are nearby you. So it helps lane push.
It looks like we're setting up here for a mid lane push, and they push out into the mid lane. Hoping to get a pick here.
Taking a stroll. They're moving as a stack, which is really good. Getting poked. Volibear is getting very poked out here.
And it looks like another blue turret is about to go down, and it does.
Alawi takes bot tower. Inner bot tower. Well, second tower. Bot tower. Inner is... Well, no, that is inner.
I guess it would be... Yeah, it would be inner,
have
wouldn't
inner,
it? Inner
you have
and
your
outer.
You have your inner, and then you have your inhib tower.
Right.
Then you have the inhib, and then you have your
and
nexus.
then you have the nexus towers as well.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that was the Ezreal ult going up to hit Yasuo. Did it hit Yasuo? I think it did. Or no.
It's hard to tell.
No, I don't think it did. I don't know.
Not really sure.
Morgana goes. Doesn't get a stun right there, but it was a good try.
Go back. Really, it looks like University of Montana is setting up for a Baron push here. They've really been aggressive on these Barons, and
good damage going on John right there.
Very good damage.
Yeah, Caitlyn can really throw it off. That's for sure. All right. Bot lane. So it looks like we got Cassiopeia Alawi bot lane, which is...
yeah, Jet Jaguar switched down to bot lane from top.
Now that the first outer tower on top lane is taken out,
right?
Alawi is like, okay, I can, we have our line, because I always say like, you want to keep your lanes even. You don't just want one pushed out super hard because you want to keep your line of vision and accessibility open and still. So now that all the outer turrets are taken, that's a good line. So the University of Montana is able to actually push up in the enemy jungle and
they're
stay
starting to play there as opposed to playing at mid.
Exactly, because now you can run out, because if you look on the mini map on the upper left in the blue jungle, there's an outlet right there where they can come in or out into the top lane.
Right.
But that's normally behind the outer tower.
Usually behind the turret, and so you can't
normally get that. But as soon as the first turret's gone, you can now access an escape route in that direction because there's no turret that's going to start targeting you.
I see.
And that's always like key to what you want to do when you're looking at map and global accessibility and availability. So they're doing the dragon dance. Dragon's up in 17. All right, we're getting it. Caitlyn is getting rid of these wards, but she's a little out of place. We'll see. Ezreal ult goes in. Zach is just dancing around. I'm surprised he hasn't jumped in yet. Waiting. Okay, we see a redemption go. Okay, Volibear goes in. Doesn't throw anyone back. We get a shutdown on Ezreal from the Caitlyn. We go in. Yasuo's looking pretty low here. Yasuo gets killed by Janna. Okay, we go. Volibear dies to Cassiopeia. Caitlyn is by herself. Morgana is finally coming down.
However,
but she has to escape. Caitlyn has to run away. They're not going to be able to catch her. And Infernal Drake goes to Montana State again. That is indeed.
That is a very moment. Also, they've pulled ahead in kills, but not in gold. Still running a 2K gold lead for the University of Montana.
Not that big
That's
of a lead.
Not much at all.
Yeah,
and
although
the second red turret goes down.
Okay,
I believe that's the second one in bot lane.
Yeah, in bot lane.
It's only the second one we've seen, though.
Yeah, so that's the third turret in... Oh, no, that's just the second turret in total.
Yes.
Yeah, it was an outer turret. Okay, cool.
So it's still looking very good for the University of Montana, if I'm reading this game correctly.
Yeah, our team fights are a little rough right now. That's for sure. University of Montana hasn't won a good team fight recently.
Right.
They need to really get their picks off.
We need to get a team fight in here soon if we're going to pull this out.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
We need to secure a good thing.
Here comes the Baron, looks like.
No,
looks like they're at least setting up
around.
and getting wards out.
Okay, we see an Ezreal poke. Daze is able to stun the Soraka.
And fade back a little bit away. It looks like we've been pushed out back to mid instead of forcing that inner push there.
Yeah, definitely. So we see a good 3v3 dance coming out here. Or 3v4 dance in mid lane. Montana State has 4. Yasuo is rotating down, though. He's got to be careful. There's a pink ward right there next to Baron. So they're going to see him. Okay, they're rotating around to go and get the Yasuo by himself. So Yasuo knows they're coming and is rotating around to get away. We see the Vision Orb popped by Zac to get that. Volibear's getting poked pretty hard. I'm going to throw up the stats real quick so we can take a look at some items while this is going on. We can take a look at, if you look at CS, which are these numbers right here in the center, they're highlighted gold. That's how many minions they've killed, like in lane. So top lane is pretty strong towards the University of Montana. Jungle as well. Mid lane, however, is down about 37 now. CS, Cassiopeia has a big advantage there. And bot lane looks to have an advantage for Ezreal, but if you look properly...
A little bit of a team fight pushing back towards the blue side here. Everybody about half health except for Jason Wayne there.
Yeah. And I see in chat, Birdie, it does say Ezreal's ultimate does give vision, so he was checking to see where Grizz started, Baron or whatnot, and that is true. As they were going there, but yeah, that was back when he almost hit the Yasuo. That was an interesting wind wall coming from Yasuo right there. We see Azonia's from the Morgana to make sure he doesn't die. Maverick gets a kill. Morgana gets a kill. Ezreal then gets a kill on the Morgana because she was Zonia'd. Ezreal's going to go down to Volibear right here. Volibear's jumping on him. Yasuo comes in. Archer gets a kill. And bot lane is just sitting there because it's a top laner versus a bottom laner. They're just going to chill and whatnot. But they're going to go and rotate onto Baron.
Baron, it looks like.
And it looks like Janna's coming down to assist the Cassiopeia against the Alawi here. Alawi pulls onto the Janna, gets some good damage going off there, bringing her to about half health, a little less.
Takes about a third of his health away.
Yeah, that was from the Cassiopeia. Yeah. She does a lot of damage with her poison.
And here goes the Baron, it looks like.
Yep, Baron buff does go up.
And there goes the Baron for the University of Montana, and they start channeling back to the fountain.
So now that we have the Baron buff, this is the purple aura that's on him. This is where we start seeing a lot of teams go 1-3-1, which is the strat, which is one person goes top lane, 3 people go mid lane, and 1 person goes bot lane. And sometimes you can adjust where those 3 are if you want a specific lane to go heavy. because they're not there to necessarily just like push really hard or like to fight in that way. It's getting that Baron buff on the minions in every lane. Morgana was dead when Baron went down, so she actually doesn't have Baron buff. And you can see as she's walking right there, there's no purple on her. And that's how you can tell.
Here comes another team fight,
Okay,
it looks like.
It looks like Volibear's quite in there.
4v4.
Gets a throw to get Soraka. Soraka does a heal for her ult. Takes out Zac. So you see Zac's passive gets triggered right here. They're going to try to attack Zac. Zac gets taken out, finally, as his passive does get knocked down, so it's no longer up.
That's answered by Jason Wayne.
Goes up. Oh, Caitlyn's going to go down right here, potentially, if she gets hit. Just one more.
And there goes
Janna goes down. Allowy's able to secure that. Ezreal's going to... does a miss.
And the University of Montana starts retreating.
That was
just
actually
a little bit.
Really well done play. Infernal Drake is going to go again, most likely to Montana State. We'll see. Volibear has Smite up, and he's looking for it.
Manages to get this in. He might be able to steal it. And it looks like no, not quite. But
okay, Alawi teleported down to try to go and get a steal. Not quite the best play right there to teleport in. It was just almost a free kill, really. So, very questionable play. But this is huge now because Montana State has 4 Drakes, 3 Infernals, and a Mountain Drake is the setup there, and that's huge. Elder Drake's going to come out with the Soul, which if Montana State gets the Dragon Soul, it's pretty strong. The fact that they have 3 Infernals is nuts, because Infernal does a lot of champion damage kind of stuff. It does like burns and whatnot, and that's huge.
So University of Montana really needs to get this Elder Drake if they
either need to end the game in the next 5 minutes, which most definitely isn't going to happen, or they need to prevent Montana State from getting Elder Drake. Yeah. So this is the play. They're very evenly spread on win cons here. A lot of Montana State on their like priority thing right now is they're winning team fights right now, and that's huge. However, if you look at objective turret based, Montana State isn't doing that well.
Here comes another team
fight. Ezreal gets a double.
Once again, the double from University of Montana answered.
It looks like, oh man, they're going down. They're dropping. Alawi does get a kill on the Zac. They seem to be getting Zac down first every time, and really they need to be focusing this Ezreal, because that's their damage. Ezreal and Cassiopeia are the only 2 doing damage on the team, and if they don't take them out, this is just going to keep happening.
The last middle tower goes down, and we're on to the inhib towers.
Inhib tower's getting hit. Mid inhib tower is going to go down, and potentially, most likely, this inhib
is going to go down.
Definitely.
Yep.
All right, so they're going to back off.
And they're going to back off.
They're going to rotate into jungle, potentially just start backing. Jason Wayne's looking pretty low, so we have that.
And he gets the heal
from the Janna. Yep.
Back up to 3/4 health.
Yeah. So they have a really good team, Montana State, like player wise, because Soraka and Janna can both heal, and Zac himself is super health oriented, and his passive, that was globs. If he picks up a glob, he heals from it. So they just have a lot of health. Is mainly the big minus, and they're focusing a lot of those people with a lot of health. University of Montana seems to always be focusing the Zac in all the team fights we've seen. The Zac is always the first one to go down, and that's big. The Ezreal's main focus, and I'm hoping that they'll see that. When Volibear goes into engage, he needs to pull the Ezreal hands down. The only thing. Otherwise, he's not attacking. He goes into a stance, and he goes and he grabs Ezreal. He doesn't want anybody else in the group, because if he throws somebody else back, like the tank, that's just a big like wall in the way of what they really need to get to. And that's what you kind of got to be careful of when you're playing volley. All right, we'll see an engage right here from the volley. Throw back to Cassiopeia. She does Zonia's. She is going to go down here from the volley bear. Volley bear is going to run at Janna. No, he's going to come over to help the Yasuo. Good.
Yep. Yasuo got
right,
a
he
little
comes
bit
in, throws the
overextended
Zac
there.
back, but the Zac had this ult up, so that wasn't quite the best thing.
There goes Maverick. However,
okay.
Oh, Jason Wayne got another kill. However, Daze gets Cobalt.
Okay. Gets a double kill.
Looks
Soraka
like-
kills Alawi for a double kill.
And it looks like University of Montana comes out slightly on top there.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
It was the other way around. No,
It was the other way
University of
around.
Montana had 3 deaths to the 2.
To the 2. Okay.
So
you can tell how much I know about this game.
Yeah, the Ezreal came around the edge and literally just nobody saw him and nobody started focusing him, and he picked off and did a lot more damage. Got Soraka a double kill, and they rotated away. And that's the big play we got to look at is where's the Ezreal? Always need to be aware of where he is, because those pickoffs are good, and they had a good pickoff on the Cassiopeia, but it should have just been that. And then it was a 1v2 with the Yasuo. Yasuo tried 1v2ing, and Volibear came to assist him, and because the group tried going in so deep, it gave time for Janna to come around from behind and Ezreal to actually come up, and then they got 3 kills instead of just picking off the Cassiopeia and doing that. So now they're going to try to rotate around Drake. Drake doesn't come up for another 30 seconds, so
A little bit early.
Well, not necessarily early, but they have some time. If they're going to get a pick or engage, they needed to engage now because it's early on. Ezreal popped his ult to get some vision.
Ooh,
Didn't hit anybody. We get a snare, but the heal from Janna is going to just
counteract that. And here comes the Elder Drake.
Here's Elder Drake.
University of Montana needs to get this.
Yeah. Looks like Alawi got poked pretty hard, 25% of the health. Nothing got hit by Morgana's Q. Zac comes in, does not knock anybody up. Zac goes down immediately. Passive gets procced. Morgana was up in there. 1v4 basically in the enemy team. Goes down in seconds. Oh, Montana State's going to get this team fight again.
Once again, winning that team fight, and the ace comes out
Gets
with
a
the
triple
taunts.
kill. Ezreal is going out. He's 12-3 now. 12-3-14.
And another red turret goes down, and so does
And Cassiopeia
the Elder Dragon.
Cassiopeia that entire time wasn't even really there.
And Daze has left the game.
That's a win for Montana State. Game 1. We'll get him next time.
We'll get him next time.
Get him next time.
Game 2.
Dang. Well, reflect, recoil. Our coaches will take a look at him. We'll take a quick little break,